Hello everybody, my name is Benjamin Bloom and I have just witnessed Aston Villa 3, Sheffield United 3, Sheffield United 3-0 up with 8 minutes to go. Villa come back to score 3 goals, including a 94th minute equaliser. Sheffield United had this game completely won, and a horrible collapse at the end from the Blades. They went from the top of the league to 3rd place in those last 8 minutes, and I wonder, and I hope for their sake I'm wrong, will that come back to haunt them as the title race goes on. Incredible game. Here is what transpired. So like I say, a Blades win would have put them top. Anything else, they stay in 3rd. But the chasing pack now, 2 games in hand, all the games tomorrow. Villa, a win would have put them above Birmingham in 8th position. And it was the battle of the big scoring championship strikers. At one end of his career is Billy Sharp, at the other is Tammy Abraham, and they were both on the score sheet. Today, Villa line up. I'm slightly surprised with their team shape. Kalinic in goal, Hutton, Elphick, Mings, Taylor across the back. And this clearly starts as a 4-2-3-1. Really used to 4-1-4-1 with Smith. And he gets this very wrong for the first portion of the first half, because Jedinak is sitting and Hurahan is sitting next to him with El Ghazi right. And Kodja down the left, and McGinn a little bit further forward in the 10 position. That played right into Sheffield United's 3-5-2 and Chris Wilder's hands. Abraham up top on his own. Sheffield United, as I say, always the 3-5-2. Henderson in goal. Basham, Egan O'Connell, the 3 centre backs. Baldock, right wing back. Stevens, left wing back. Norwood and Fleck are sitting in midfield. Norwood, the playmaker. Dowell in the 10 position. Gary Medine and Billy Sharp up front. So again, Chris Wilder in an away game. Out comes Duffy, out comes McGoldrick, in goes Medine, which gives them that different power and aerial threat up front. And Dowell maybe just a bit more legs defensively than you may get from Duffy. Oh, here we go. 4th minute, first chance is a hold up by Sharp, quickly onto Baldock, inside right position, up to the edge of the box. He hits the shot, it kind of curls into Kalinic, and he manages to push it away. Blades make a really good start in this game, and noticeably, I haven't seen them since Medina's arrived. They could be quite tippy-tappy in those areas on the wings as the wing-backs get forward, looking to pass into the box and create the perfect goal with Duffy and McGoldrick. They're not here today. Crossing opportunities, in it goes, and Medine is a different threat for defences to cope with, and they did not cope with him. On 10 minutes we get the opening goal. It had been a good start, like I say. Baldock wins the free kick down the right, glanced out for a corner, and it's a really simple routine that I've seen work at Villa Park already this season. Jukovic peeling to the far post for Birmingham. He headed it straight in, but today it's Norwood with the corner. Everyone piles in on the goal, but Medine isolates himself. He goes to the back post. He is a unit. He gets up. The angle's a bit narrow for him to head at goal. He heads it across the goal, and of course, Billy Sharp, Predator, Supreme, is in the middle of the 6-yard box. He doesn't need a millisecond to get a shot off. He gets that shot off. He's right foot, I think, sweeps it goalwards. There's an attempt to clear it from behind the line, but it's 2019. The refs watch, beeps. Goal line technology says it is 1-0 to the Blades. They made a good start, and they get themselves in front on 10 minutes. Basham steps out. Jedinak takes him out there. Yellow card for Jedinak. First quarter, really men against boys, I thought. Sheffield United well on top. Aston Villa couldn't get anything going. The Blades really looking good, and Smith responds. It takes him 20 minutes to realise. He swaps his wide players, El Ghazi and Kodja. Bulldog against Kodja wasn't looking good in the first half at all. Bulldog basically the freedom to run at Neil Taylor in that 4-2-3-1. There's responsibility on that wide forward play. They've got to provide some cover, and just nothing there. He switches it over. Hurahan comes a bit more forward into a centre midfield role, and they can actually start to keep the ball. Now, Villa's first bit of pressure on 25. Short passes across the edge of the box. Kodja tries to take on his man from the right. He's blocked out. Dowell should clear this. Makes a mistake. It's back into the box. Half chance to Abraham, who heads that one wide. 25 minutes for Villa to get a shot off. Bit of a dicey moment for Dean Henderson on 31. A big hoofing by Elphick. Henderson should come out and grab this. I think he either thinks it's going out or he's leaving it to one of his centre-halves. Abraham's not leaving it. He runs in, chests it back. It's out to El Ghazi. Decent cross by him. Whizzes past the fast post, and Kodja cannot get there. Basham is late on McGinn. He takes a yellow card on 41, which takes us to half-time. It was a brilliant first quarter by Sheffield United. They were outstanding. But Smith got it wrong. Too much space for Norwood. Too much space down the sides for the wing-backs. And he did do something about it, to his credit. But Sheffield United, very much good value for that opening goal. I know it's from a corner, but they had plenty of other pressure, you know, from these crossing opportunities. And I think good value for the lead into the second half. No subs, but El Ghazi and Kodja swap back. So once again, you get Bulldog versus Kodja. Look out for that as we go into the sort of hour mark here. Fleck gets hit in the midfield here. Advantage plays though. Norwood out to Medine. He's in the inside left position. He wants to run the centre half. He drifts inside. He wants to hit the curler around Kalinic, but not enough pace, not enough angle on that one. Easy save for the keeper. Villa commit men forward on 50, but United counter here. Sharp holds it into Dowell. Continues out to Bulldog. Obviously, he's got a lot of space again all of a sudden. I wonder why. He crosses it in. Medine gets free in the box. He's going to try and angle the side footer into the corner. It's a really good block there by Elphick, bailing out his teammates at the last ditch. But on 52 minutes, it is 2-0 to the Blades, and it's Billy Sharp once again. Fleck breaks the lines in midfield. Dowell is into the 10 position, out to Bulldog. What did I say? He drives forward on the right wing. The cross goes in, it loops up. Medine, clear chance on goal here. He really should score himself. He heads it back over Kalinic. It bounces off the post. The ball just hovering there. I don't know, torso height or maybe even higher. Sharp smells a goal. He goes in 50-50 with Kalinic. His foot is quite high, but I think he gets there first, and he bundles it into the net. 2-0. We're going to need to add up the distance for Sharp's goals. Maybe 4 yards for the first one and about 1 foot for the second one. That does not matter, I believe. That is his 21st goal of the season, and the Blades are in charge. It's 2-0 Sheffield United, and Bulldog down that right hand side again. Smith didn't learn. Hurahan 58 curls the free kick in. Second ball out to McGinn. Shots on target but easily blocked. 59, Hutton's getting frustrated. He's right up the other end of the pitch chasing down. He clatters O'Connell for a yellow card, but here come the Blades again, and on 61 minutes Billy has the hat-trick. This is a great goal, actually. Little bit of luck right at the end, but it's a long build-up here. They're trying to push in down the left with Stevens and O'Connell getting forward. Everyone coming over that side. They cannot find their way in. There's attempts to clear, but it's Norwood manages to recycle it. They're nice and calm, and it's a beautiful ball. I think Basham clips it over into the right channel. Dowell has moved off the number 10 position, gone to the right hand side. He's got a bit of space, and I love his ambition here. He accelerates into the box, into a crossing position. As he does this, watch old Billy Sharp. He peels round the back. He knows that if Dowell can play that low ball across the box, it's a tap-in. Dowell is going to try and clip the cross though, and they do get a little bit lucky, because I believe, if I saw this correctly, I've only seen it once, no replays on these videos. It's a deflection, I think, on the cross. It takes it over Kalinic's head. There's Billy Sharp. He's peeled off, like I said, looking for a different type of cross, but it's an open goal about 2 yards out. He heads it in, and it is a hat-trick for the old-timer. We know all about his goal scoring over his career. And add up that combined distance, probably less than 8 to 10 yards if you add up all 3 goals. Outstanding from Sharp. Not many teams do this, play this front two, where you can have an out-and-out number 9 who's just a goal poacher. But the Blades, they get enough men forward that they can afford to have that guy in there. And if I've got my maths right, sorry if I've got it wrong, I think he was on 19 before the game. Well, he's now on 22, and Sheffield United are well on their way to 3 points. Outstanding stuff from the Blades. 61 minutes gone, 3-0. Some subs from Dean Smith, trying to freshen it up a little bit. Green in for Kodja, who was very weak defensively against Bulldog all game, I have to say. Whelan in for Jedinak. I don't like it when I see fans having a go at their own players, but Jedinak had a really bad game in that holding position. They gave the ball away rather a lot, and the Villa fans weren't happy with his performance at all. Gary Medine comes off on 67. David McGoldrick comes on. He himself, I believe, has 11 goals, because that Sharp-McGoldrick partnership hit 30 for the season last week against Bolton. Nothing untoward here happening. You think Blades should be able to see this out. McGinn down the right on 70, edge of the box. McGinn goes down on the edge of the box. I saw McGinn go down rather theatrically against Ipswich a couple of weeks ago. He's quite good at drawing the old foul. McGinn, Hourihane takes the free kick around the wall. Henderson, 2 hands behind it, pushes it away. Quite a good free kick actually, because Villa had 2 men on the edge, so nicely premeditated, and Henderson makes the save. Egan on Abraham is a yellow card on 71. Whelan absolutely smashes Norwood for another yellow card here. On 73, Dowell comes out. You think this is all solidifying the Blades team here. So Craney comes in. He's going to play on the right-hand side of the 3 centre-backs. Basham into midfield. This all is making sense. You cannot really see what the hell's coming, but ladies and gentlemen, the championship. 76, Stevens well in down the left. Sharp flicks it to McGoldrick. He's in behind. He's going to dummy the cross with his left foot, cuts inside. Elphick, he's only got eyes for the goal. He hits the right foot straight at Kalinic. Not really warm enough there. McGoldrick on 77, Sharp pinches it off Mings. He gets a yard, hits the 30-yarder, right-footed over. It goes. Exodus on 80 minutes. Lots of people leaving Villa Park. Away they go. The ground is empty, and on 81 minutes, we get what we think is a consolation goal. But what we find out is going to be the start of a horrible collapse. And I think 2 of these goals are very preventable. Chris Wilder, not going to be a happy man tonight. Hourihane with the corner from the left. He swings it in. This is Henderson's ball. He should come and grab this. He's up with Mings. I think Mings is facing the other way. And somehow Henderson misses the ball. It's off Mings and into the net. But surely 3-1, they should have enough here, the Blades, to see this out. 82, long ball into Abraham, chests it off to McGinn, hits it left-footed, half volley from 20 yards wide. It goes on 84. Washington comes in for Sharp. Washington bows down to Billy Sharp as he goes off. That doesn't really look good. Now, I've not seen anyone do that. And this really compromises Sheffield United's tactics. I was at an away game, Sheffield United-Brentford a few months ago, and the idea with Washington, I think, is he's going to run the channels. And, I mean, they got the win in that game. But what this does is it puts a big difference between the Blades front two and the rest of their team is going backwards, and there's a rather big gap now, and they're going to just continually try and play the challenge for Washington. And I think they lost their defensive shape here. They lost their team shape completely, because there's such a big gap between the front two and the midfield here. Easy for me to say with hindsight, because I did not foresee what was about to happen. No sooner has Washington come on than Villa score again on 85 minutes. What are United doing? I think Hutton wins the initial free kick. He's just literally just sprinting forward every chance he gets now. They've got nothing to lose. It's recycled. Whelan is nice and calm. I'll give it to him. He puts it back wide, I think, to Green. The low cross goes in. Does it take a deflection? Does it take a nick? Who cares, because it ends up out at Abraham. Complete open goal for him. Right foot, 6 yards. I said the old master against the young apprentice. Abraham has his goal now. That must be 19 or 20 for him. Sorry, I haven't checked my stats today. And it's 3-2, and all of a sudden, it's United's to lose now, and you know that Villa are just going to bomb forward. And as I said, there's been substitutions made here, and that natural team shape that Chris Wilder has cultivated over a long time has kind of disappeared, and they're getting very, very, very deep. 87, Bulldog leaps into a tackle on Mings. Didn't look like a clever one, that one. Yellow card for Bulldog. Up goes the board for 5 minutes stoppage time. They look all right, the Blades. Flex got it in the corner at one point, but I do not believe this. As the watch comes up to 94 minutes, must have been 93 minutes and high 50 seconds, it's an equaliser. I just cannot believe that they've thrown this game away. If you're a Sheffield United fan, you must be absolutely furious, because Jack O'Connell is a great player for Sheffield United, but this is a horrible mistake. Hutton's really pushing on. I'll give Hutton some credit, because he did just blast forward from 3-1 and try and put pressure on that left-hand side, Stevens and O'Connell. It's into the box, and it's a horrible missed kick by O'Connell, and McGinn pounces on it. He's right in the corner of the box. He lifts it up to the far post. Green is supporting from the left wing position, comes in and heads it into the goal. Can you believe it? 3-3, I think 81 minutes was it? It's 3-0, and wow, they have thrown it away. And believe me, I was at Aston Villa versus Leeds. This was not like that game at all. It was a robbery. Villa did not play well in this game. It was a collapse, a bottle job, whatever you want to call it, from the Blades. I think mistake from Henderson on the first goal, mistake from O'Connell on the third goal, and 3 definite points thrown away by Sheffield United. You just cannot believe it. We've seen Norwich and Forest 3-0 go to 3-3. We've seen that Leeds Villa game I mentioned, Leeds and Blackburn. We've seen this drama, these ridiculous late goals this season, and here is another one for you. Let's deal with Villa first, and I'm sure if you're in any way a balanced Villa fan, you will agree with me. Villa were really quite bad today. I think Smith got it wrong with his midfield configuration in the first half. They were way too far off Norwood. Kodja was getting dominated by Bulldog every time he was down the left. He made the change. He flipped El Ghazi and Kodja a few times, but while Kodja was on the pitch, Bulldog was a threat. They go 3-0 down, and really, it's just one of those freak ones. You score from a corner, you get that second one, and a big mistake from O'Connell for the third one. The irony is Villa have drawn way too many home games, way too many games at all this season, but they'll take a draw today. I tell you, God, they need Grealish back. God, they need Tuanzebe back. God, Abraham needs some help. Jedinak not at it today. They need to move the ball quicker, Villa, but boy, will they take a point. But come on, the story today is Sheffield United. they were brilliant. They were absolutely brilliant for 61 minutes. Sharp gets the hat-trick, Norwood imperious. It was funny because Norwood was great for a period, then Medine was a real nuisance for a period, then all of a sudden Dowell found the pocket. Big players doing well for the Blades. They're 3-0 up. They have to win this game if they want to be an automatic team, and they looked amazing. But they've just bottled it at the end there, and it's such a shame because they were playing so well. I think Henderson's got to look at himself for the first goal, and I know Blades fans love O'Connell, but what a mistake for the third goal. And they cannot now let this affect them. They were 3 points behind Norwich and Leeds today, so they'll be 2 points behind, but both those teams now have a game to play, so potentially 55, they could be 5 points behind both of the top two tomorrow if they get wins. Wilder probably would have made exactly the same substitutions today. I don't think he can take the blame. It's just a freak collapse, although I will say the team shape just flopped when Washington came on. Everything too far apart, and that midfield then with, it would have been Basham, Fleck and Norwood, just couldn't get close to anybody else. Breathless stuff here. I will say no more. If you're a Villa fan, do you agree with me? You got a bit lucky today, but hey ho, 3-3 is 3-3, and you took advantage of that collapse. Sheffield United fans, really interested in your comments down below. How's this going to affect you psychologically? Can you get over it? Where does the blame lie, if any, or is it just one of those freak ones? Would Wilder have done different substitutions? I don't know. Maybe that Washington one, or maybe it was just one of those things. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. Great weekend of Championship football as always. Hit the subscribe button. I'll do my review on Monday. Follow me on Twitter at Benjamin Bloom. And as most of you know, I'm an Ipswich fan, and I might be looking forward to the worst day of my life on Sunday. Bottom placed Ipswich going away to rivals Norwich, who may well be top still by then. Oh, look out for my review of that if you want to see a man either in crisis or elated at the biggest surprise ever. Anyway, comments in. Absolute basket case of a match. Sorry for the length of the review. 22 minutes, but big story. Loads of goals. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.